A good dance base is what's difficult. My coaches early on in San Francisco when I first moved to America were Olga and Dima Sukachev, and they did an Ohio show number where just rumba basic.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely beautiful. I remember watching them work on it in the studio and putting it together, and that made me fall in love with just dancing. Training is training. I think just regular knowledge of just how to move from foot to foot, how to use your ribs, how to use your hips, where the hip action comes from. None of that is rhythm or Latin. It's just dancing. How to use your lats, how to open up your arm, how to rotate through the head or whatever it is. So that's just knowledge.
Yeah.
And people shouldn't just let go of it and completely do differently in a different style. So knowledge of dancing is one thing. And then understanding what the style is about. What do you have time for? How does your body move? How do you have to connect? What the actual dance, how do I say it? The atmosphere that you have to create for the dance. We do have 2 slow dances in American rhythm. How do you make that different? What's the difference between a sensual rumba that's more through your hips or a romantic bolero that's more on top and open? You have to see those differences. And if you put in a lot of tricks in there, I don't see the difference. So that's another thing. I think that's what we did. If we don't know what to do, let's just throw tricks at it.
Yeah.
As a judge now, I tend to look away on tricks and then hope that they will be a basic later on when I look back. Because I can't possibly judge the tricks. It's not a show number.
They don't actually belong with those dances because you can do them in every dance. So to us, they don't actually belong. A trick is a trick. You could do it in smooth, you could do it in Latin, you could do it. Can't do it in standard. That's the only one. But you try. But you can do it in Latin as well. So they actually don't belong. Really, they're just things that create dynamical changes.
It's fun. It gets your eye, and again, it is. You are performing in front of the audience. Actually, Linda said this to us a long time ago, and I loved it.
Yeah.
She said, it doesn't matter how small the competition. You might not even have anyone else on the floor, or might think, oh, I got this. You can't walk through a competition because the people in the audience paid good money to come and watch you. And that said, and for me,
100% every time.
That was a very good point. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're performing in front of. So you have to give them 100%. That was really good. But so you do want to give them a little something, yeah. But a great basic, a great just action is what they're looking for. We have to also remember that the audience is possibly, beginner dancers, someone that's looking for something. And when our students say, oh yeah, I watched, but I didn't recognize the dance, that is not a good sign.
Yeah.
You want rumba walks and they're around the partner. You want to see the crossovers. You want to see basic things in there. The crossbody lead. Oh, the students love it.
The dance showcases. The dance showcases that I remember the most early career when I was doing collegiate, and I was at Ohio Star Ball and I was watching the professional showcase. The couples that I remember performing were the ones that I was like, oh, I know that pattern. Oh, I know how to do that. Oh, that's really cool how they decided to do that. It's the basics that I think new students latch onto, and the rest is just like, oh, that's really cool, but I'll never be able to do that.
They're tricks. Everyone could do them. That's the thing. Everyone could do them. Jason has a student, I'm not going to say the age, but let me tell you, she does not look her age. She only does shows, and I help to choreograph, and I tell her what the trick will be, but I will never do it because I'm scared of heights. I am not going up there. So I cannot do what she could do, but he does all this crazy tricks and throws her around. They're tricks. You could learn how to do them. A good dance base is what's difficult. My coaches early on in San Francisco when I first moved to America were Olga and Dima Sukachev, and they did an Ohio show number where just rumba basic.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely beautiful. I remember watching them work on it in the studio and putting it together, and that made me fall in love with just dancing.
And they didn't
Pure
even
dancing.
use their arms. Their arms are next to the sides, and it's all about leg
Didn't they
action.
have like a,
Can't remember.
they had like masks on their faces, so there was no emotion. It was just good actions, and it was gorgeous. I mean, everything else is a part of dancing, of course, but that I remember that show just spoke to me because I realized it could be beautiful.
Going back a little bit when you're talking about with the teachers and, you know, tricks and basics. So when you're teaching, if, you know, we're telling our students, you know, you should learn the bronze, the silver, the gold, you know, and then when you then go and compete, you do none of it. You're not, then why would a student, you know, want to do that? So I think it's really important that teachers, you know, put steps in that they do from the syllabus. It's like Latin, it has a fan, it has an alemana. It's just basic things that definitely go in. I think with American style, those things need to go in too. So then your audience, which is your target audience, you want to be fans, can actually, you know, understand it as well. Not go, I can never do that, and that's why they're professional. No, look, they did a basic, you know. So I think that's where the international, to me, sometimes, what should I say, can help, because you can see a feather step, you can see a fall away, and then
no one's going to keep that out of the routine.
They're not going to keep it out of the routine. So I think, you know, with the American rhythm and smooth, definitely having those steps in there definitely will help.
They're beautiful steps.
Help as well.
My favorite part of our rumba was the walks around.
Yeah, those circular walks and the double turns, you know?
I love it. Silver.
Silver step, yeah.
That was silver, and I loved it. But
and then it goes on to the quality of your dancing then, not just, you know, and I think that's what the level is. It's not about the steps. It's about the level of you being a dancer that can make a basic step stop the room. And I think that's what I've always been drawn to.
Yeah, I do have to say one thing though. I said this to one of the pro couples, I think a few weeks ago. If I'm walking by, let's say, a practice room or in a studio, and I see a couple practicing without music, I should know what dance they're doing. Yes. If I can't recognize dance until I hear the music, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You should be able to tell what dance and what style they're doing. And if they're doing a cha-cha, is it American cha-cha or Latin cha-cha? I should be able to see that difference.